So guys, fighter jet belonging to the Nigerian military that was targeted at Lukarawa terror group has mistakenly bombed a community in Sokoto state. So guys, this is coming from the Nigerian military again in the news. So they were supposed to bomb a particular place where these bad guys were seen to have gathered, but guess what? They mistakenly released their anger on a community, and that affected the lives of civilians. So guys, this is the problem we keep talking about, you know, when it comes to Nigeria and fighting insecurity. They told us that this insecurity is a business. Some people don't want it to end, and see how civilians keep paying for all this. I mean, civilians are the victim of what is happening in this country. It's not as if we want to end this insecurity, we cannot end it. But why is it taking this whole long time? You know, every time civilians are being caught up in things like this. So guys, I'm going to allow you to take a look at how the Arise TV crew members analyze this topic. But before then, take a look at this video and see what the Nigerian military is doing on the road leading to the southeast, where it is said that they blocked the road in order to extort from citizens who are traveling. This is the misplaced priority we keep talking about. Just take a look at this, and I'm going to be sharing with you the same video on how, you know, a community was mistakenly bombed by the Nigerian military in the name of fighting the Lukarawa group. Take a look at all this.
This is the military checkpoint at OP. You can see what these people are causing here. The road is fully blocked. Can you watch the go slow from here to far? You can't believe it. What is happening here? You can't believe it. See go slow. This is unbearable. Please let it's too deep. Make a call to those who are at OP Junction. OP, those army at OP, so that to open this door. They will open this road for motor to pass. This is too much. You can watch what is happening. See the go slow here. Everywhere is blocked. Soldiers were causing it. It is soldiers that are causing it. At OP Junction, at OP towards OP, those soldiers there, they are causing this go slow. Please let them make a call to them. Let them make a call. Let there be a call. Let there be a call from it's too deep. It's too deep to make a call.
So guys, that's the Nigerian military extorting from Nigerians who are traveling. Instead of them, you know, making sure people are secured, guess what? They blocked the road, extorting from Nigerians, especially those traveling to the southeast. So guys, this is wrong. Anyway, let's get back to the news of the Nigerian military mistakenly bombing a community in Sokoto state that has left some people unalive. Take a look for yourself.
In another development, reactions have trailed the killing of over 10 civilians in Silame local government area of Sokoto state by military fighter jets said to be targeting the Lakorora terrorist group. Amnesty International has called for a thorough investigation. Let's take their tweet. They wrote, "The Nigerian authorities must conduct a thorough, independent and impartial investigation of the military airstrike that killed at least 10 people at 2 communities in Silame local government area of Sokoto state. The President Bola Tinubu's government must promptly set up an independent inquiry into Silame local government area villages airstrike, and where these investigations indicate criminal responsibility, ensure that those suspected to be responsible are brought to justice in fair trials. The Nigerian military has consistently failed to thoroughly, independently, impartially, transparently, and effectively investigate these incidents that have become a vicious cycle for villagers constantly living with the fear of the next attack. Victims and their families must be provided with access to justice and effective remedies." I mean, this was the main point, really. I mean, we need that investigation. It's not the first time that we're hearing. 10 people, needless death. I mean, it didn't need to happen. And that, you know, statement from the military saying they were targeting the terrorist group. They were not terrorists, they were civilians. What happened there?
So in 2023, Human Rights Watch had noted in Nasarawa State and in Kaduna State, it had friendly fire from the military Air Force to Nigerians living in communities. I recall that we talked about this at length. And the reason why we call for independent, impartial investigations like Amnesty International has done is to avoid these occurrences from happening again. That's why we call for it. But what they said, the military's response is that they identified through intelligence reports that there were terrorists in Lakurawa local government area in Sokoto State. And based on that information, decided to attack on Christmas morning yesterday about around 7 a.m. But what the villagers on ground have said, including some community leaders, is that there were peaceful people there. Yeah. And the military made a mistake, made an error, and bombed innocent people, killing 10 people. So it's one story versus the other. And when this happens, the best way to get to the bottom of it or to get the truth is to conduct an investigation. If indeed the Air Force is culpable, we're not saying that, oh, they are evil, they are bad. We've praised the efforts of the military a number of times here on this show. It is that let us have an investigation so that we understand what the real issues are. This kind of bombings, 3 incidents in the space of 1 year or less than 18 months, it doesn't make sense. So that's what we're calling for. I stand by the tweet by Amnesty International. Yes. I mentioned that earlier today. Let an investigation be conducted rather than just a knee-jerk reaction to the first response, which is denial by the military. Right. You wanted to say something?
Okay, I want to say something, and that's why what the president said that day was very bad. You see, when I was mentioning that thing, that day, a lot of people say RUFAI Yahweh is mad, it's this and that. I know what I'm saying. In a country where the president just comes, I'm not saying don't praise the military. Nigerian army, a round of applause for you, the great work you do at keeping this country together. But when a president sweepingly absolves the military of anything and say there's no need for a probe, it's an assault. As a day when I was saying it, I was just talking about the Okwama case. Yeah. But this case now crept up. Please, President Mia said we're going to probe the military. I think they should be probed on this matter. Right. Because in the end, what always happens is that, Oji, and I'm saying this based on the RAN incident and also the incident that happened recently, nobody is probed. You just come with this stupid visit of sorry to the victims. And nothing happens in the end. We can't continue to live our country this way.
All right.
Okay, I'll just give a small footnote. I commented on this earlier when the story came up. The first thing is that, look, we're dealing with asymmetrical warfare, very unconventional. And in this kind of situation, there is likely to have this kind of mistakes. It has happened before, it has happened now, it's likely to happen again. The responsibility of the armed forces is to make sure that they recognize the nature of the warfare. They've been talking about technology. In other places, they need to deploy the necessary technology to make sure that this level of collateral damage does not occur. Absolutely. Now, they say, about the Lakurawa, there's also a peculiarity about the Lakurawa. They are already embedded in these communities. So, and you also find some of these communities accommodating them in a classical case of the Stockholm syndrome that we have seen in Nigeria, either in the plateau or also now in Sokoto State. So when these people are embedded in the community, they set up their own individual taxation system. Now the military finds itself in a very difficult place to sift the wheat from the chaff and operate, under the international conventions that says persons who are not involved in combat, civilian population should be protected. Absolutely. These are the lines. Right. So these difficulties, are part of the difficulties of the operation. Absolutely. But the military should ensure that they sift out those terrorists so that we don't have these needless deaths. May their souls rest in peace. Well, meanwhile, talking about tragedy on Christmas Day, a passenger on Azerbaijan Airlines flight, which crashed on Christmas Day, killing 38 people in Kazakhstan, sent a video to his wife just minutes before the crash. In the video, passengers were heard praying while some oxygen masks were already down.
koyun. Tehlikelidir.
أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا
Oh, this was so scary. Ayo, this is one of my biggest fears, a plane crash. You know, we have a video showing the moment the plane crashed near Kazakhstan city of Akatau. Oh, may their souls rest in peace. Chilling moment. I mean, some of our viewers might have been disturbed by that video, but I wanted to show the bravery of the pilot and how he maneuvered his way.
Yes, I have to say, and that's the reason why 29 survived. So the 38 died, but look at how bad that situation was. But if you watch the footage, the pilots were really the heroes of this particular incident. So they'd been trying to fight for 1.5 hours. So you'd see the plane going up and down to save the plane from a very bad crash. And their heroic efforts is what made it possible that despite that terrible crash, 29 survivors were able to walk out of the plane, with various degrees of injuries. A very sad one on the Christmas Day. National Day of Mourning has been announced today in Kazakhstan, and really, really sad on this note. May the departed rest in peace.
Very tragic incident, but to consider what caused it. The initial explanation was that it was a bird strike. Now we're told by the experts who know this subject that it couldn't have been a bird strike, because a bird strike, there's a way you could save the situation. Now, military experts are saying that if there were holes in the fuselage of that particular aircraft, and that perhaps this was an land-to-air defense missile or whatever, attacking that particular passenger airliner from Baku in Azerbaijan, heading towards Grozny in the Chechen Republic of Russia.
All right.
The conspiracies apart, the authorities in Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan say that they are investigating and that they've recovered the black box.
Right.
In days to come, we will know the truth.
All right. It wasn't such a sad...
With due respect, this is also a rarity, this number of people surviving, which we thank God for. And also, let's not forget the fact that Azerbaijani Airlines has a very good safety record.
All right. Well, all right.
Embraer, because the aircraft is Embraer, Brazilian manufactured.
All right. Well, I don't want to end what's trending on this such a sad note. May their souls rest in peace. Well, we'll end what's trending by showing veteran singer, Galala singer, John Asiemo, popularly known as Daddy Shoki, who brought Christmas cheer to the Division 1 of the Nigerian Army in Kaduna State on Wednesday. Let's take a look.
Our guardian, we will always be honoring our troops, no matter what, because today,
fire, fire, in our country, we breathe water, make like fire, fire, in our country, we breathe water, make like
All right, a great honor to our troops. That was such a brilliant performance by Daddy Shoki. RUFAI, you said.
Kudos to Olivia. In fact, in the past, I've also volunteered for this event. Olivia Adam does an impeccable job, and I think everybody should give Olivia their support.
Well,
she organizes this for the troops.
It's called the tribute to our
troops. It's a collection of concerts and also to raise money for our troops.
All right.
Just contact Olivia if you want to make donations towards a very laudable cause.
Well, all right. Beautiful.
And Arise too.
I'd like to
the when she did her press conference. So kudos to Arise too for being part of this project.
Fantastic.
Shoki, and that's all on today's edition of the Morning Show.
Well, I'd like to thank you all for your great analysis, as always, on What's Trending. Well, that's all I have for you guys on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Well, in Gombe State, over 22 people were injured on Wednesday when a vehicle rammed into a Christmas procession along Bauchi Road in Tamfure. The Gombe State police spokesperson said the incident occurred around 2 p.m. when a car loaded with rice veered off the road and struck the crowd. The driver, whose identity remains unknown, fled the scene as a mob set the vehicle on fire. This was a really sad incident again. Thank God, there were no deaths recorded at this point, 22 people injured, but during Christmas, this is not the sort of thing that you want to hear. Not at all. Well, also in Anambra State, the police have confirmed the abduction of Justice Azuka, a member of the Anambra State House of Assembly. He was kidnapped on Tuesday night in Onitsha while returning home. Meanwhile, a video showing the moment after family members traveling in 3 different vehicles to their hometown were kidnapped has made the rounds on social media. Let's take a look.
Moto ndị kidnap n'ozi iso kita ka ha na-eme na vulu ha bụ ọfịa. Moto ndị kidnap n'ozi iso. Afọ security ndị iso sọnsụ udo ka nwa na ofu ndị agụlele ka a na-afụ ebe a. Onweghị onye isi na onweghị onye other security na ebe a. Ya moto ndị kidnap kita n'ozi iso. Na analo onwe ha Christmas. Moto ite anụ a. Onwe security afụl sọnsụ udoka na ofu onye agụlele abịakwa na-akwụfuchi ụgwọ today bụ 25 akwesịrị ike ifta na-alụ ọlụ ajọsụ nnọọ hafụ ụzọ ya moto ite kidnapụlụ ndị na n'ime na nwaanyị a na-evolu die ya hafịa maka na hafụ dị ụma.
My heart goes out to this family. They were going home. You saw their food, everything there. The police must buckle up in Anambra State, especially. Like the person who was filming said, there were no security officials on the road. On Christmas Day, they should have beefed up security at that moment. Let me take this tweet from a 99% oppressed who wrote, even on Christmas Day, of all days, they still come out to kidnap. How can you kidnap an entire family just because of ransom? Husband, wife, little children, house help, and extended family members going peacefully to their village. This kidnapping thing needs to stop in the southeast, most especially Anambra State. 90% of the kidnappers are local Igbo boys who see kidnapping as means of making quick money. This is such a sad situation again, speaks to the economic hardship people are facing in Nigeria. You go out, you kidnap just because of quick money.
So guys, you have seen it for yourself. These are the things we are talking about when it comes to Nigeria and the way forward. The way forward for this country is to get patriotic leaders. I think that's just what Nigeria is lacking. Patriotic leaders who will not care to know whom the policy they want to bring is going to affect or not, provided it's going to work for Nigeria. We need leaders who are not afraid to touch the untouchable. We need leaders who are not afraid to fight corruption. Like the Tinubu's government cannot fight corruption because when people say you are corrupt and then you come out to say you want to fight corruption. We want leaders who will come out and say we want to fight corruption and they are carrying Nigerians along in fighting corruption. We want leaders who are so patriotic and they want to see Nigeria grow. It's not about their own personal interest, but the interest of Nigeria. We want leaders who can help Nigeria come out from the mess it is in today. We want leaders who care. But guess what? In today's Nigeria, we don't have all that. I tell you, we don't have all that. And that is why we keep calling out Nigerians that we cannot allow the government of the day to seize our voices. We have to speak up whether they like it or not. We have to tell them about their excesses, tell them their mistakes, tell them what they are not getting right. If they have ears, let them hear. If they don't have, it's up to them. So guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.